the rest of September, October, November and December of 2020, there is going to be a lot more truth come out, and truth that's going to shock people. I had a vision earlier this year of a lot of faces being shocked in disbelief that this could actually have been happening right under our very noses. It's going to be unfolding over these 4 months and into next year. Prediction 1 that came through was around Jewish people. There feels to be an uprising of energy for Jewish people and a discovery of an injustice that happened in the past and has been hidden. I'm seeing the year 204 BC as being important, or a year that will be coming up with facts. This feeling of constantly trying to return to earth and bring a more conscious way of living and continually being defeated in the past by the Jewish people. But 2021 feels to be their uprising, a breaking through of the conscious block of the minds of many people. There will be discovery of hidden scrolls, hidden tablets, and these discoveries will awaken people of today that their belief system has been misinterpreted. There are many consciously aware souls on this earth today who will band together to make this happen. They are positioned all over the world. Prediction 2 that was coming through was around the media. I have mentioned previously that the media will be made accountable, but it is coming through quite strongly for 2021. There will be the removal of some CEOs and owners of global media companies. I even had a vision of a large tall building being pulled down or demolished in an explosion, so it stands no more. As televisions today are connected to internet apps, more and more people will be accessing news stories through specific apps. There feels to be 5 new systems created for the internet for people in their homes to keep in touch with news stories. YouTube feels to be eventually be replaced. There feels to be no more scripted news, many people sharing stories, and each individual choosing to follow their own reliable source of information. Or prediction 3 that came through, it was around the economy. I'm still being shown that the whole money system, as we have known it, will be changing. I'm hearing the words rollout, and it feels to take about a 2-year period as it unfolds. I feel there will be positions of employment where people are required to go through individual records of the past to analyse what is available to these people in the future. It's not the same for all. It feels to be case-by-case arrangement. I feel some people will be getting more money than others, and this may cause an upset, but if you remain patient, it will come to all of you. No one is left out. It just has to happen in stages, so you'll need to be patient. With prediction 4 that came out, there feels to be a marriage between 2 very well-known and high-powered people. Their union will create great things for not only their country, but the world. They are putting their resources together to help the people. They also feel remorseful for the way in which they lived their life in the past, and this is their way of giving back. Everyone deserves a second chance. With prediction 5 that was coming through, there looks to be 1 tablet which will replace 5 currently used medications. Some will call this a miracle drug because of what it can heal. It also is plant-based. The plant combined with another substance leads to the discovery of the healing effects. I feel this will be coming out of France, or it is trialled in France first. With prediction 6 that was coming through, I have a vision of thousands and thousands of people just standing still in one spot, not moving. There feels to be a protest, and rather than yelling or carrying signs, their impact is so incredible because all they are just standing there without moving in the masses. It is so powerful. The message they are getting out there is understood by all, and this catches on, and these types of protests start spreading worldwide. No violence, no noise. The power of presence and silence is incredible. With prediction 7 that was coming through, this was around politics. It feels as though each country will return to being in control of itself and its people. I feel Donald Trump will step down or take a step back for a period of time, which is only temporary, and then he will be in control again. I feel those who don't like Donald Trump will be able to see how his position helps them to live a better life, and they will be silently grateful. I feel Scott Morrison will remain in control within Australia, but there are many changes within each state. I feel in Victoria the Premier will be forgiven when he explains the rationale for his decisions. I feel the Premier of Queensland will be removed. There feels to be removal of cabinets, not a need for so many people to be in politics. I'm seeing the number 14. It feels as though there is a group of 14 who are in a role of leadership, but they will have to work for the people. If they don't do the job correctly, they will be replaced. With prediction 8 that came through, it's around energy, replacing current energy systems with more natural resources, dismantling of old energy systems and being replaced with new systems over the coming 5 to 10 years, and massive amounts of jobs being created around this. The physical work needed to dismantle and rebuild is massive. Many new factories being built, buildings being erected, replaced or upgraded, creating steady and long-term work. With prediction 9 that was coming through, I see an electrical storm and scientists capturing the electrical charge, harnessing it or containing it within something they have built, so they can use this power or transform it in some way to use it as a natural energy system. In simple terms, it's capturing lightning and reusing it, but it's the way they work it out, it's way more complicated than that. Prediction 10 that was coming through with weather predictions. I feel there is a whole area in a rural section of India which is wiped out in floods and landslides. I feel there is a H sounding name with this. Also landslide or land being washed away in Peru. Natural disaster in Denmark. Tsunami in Japan later in the year. Heat wave that goes for a record number of days in Mexico. Snow in parts of Australia where it's never snowed before. Cyclone in Northern Territory. Land washed away on the coast in Upper Western Australia. Fires in north part of New Zealand. Earthquake or tremor Newcastle, early months of the year. Earthquake felt near Murray Bridge, South Australia. Biggest one ever felt there. Road collapse in China, Beijing. Another plane that disappears without trace, not found. With prediction 11 that was coming through, there feels to be a disappointment around the med beds predicted to be made available to people. Either they can't be produced quick enough, or there isn't enough to go around and they are limited to one to a very large area. So it will be difficult to get an appointment to receive this treatment, or they aren't going to be able to detect a lot of disease just yet. It feels to be early stages with these med beds, and a lot more work will need to go into these for them to be fully functioning for people to use. Prediction 12 that was coming through. I don't understand why I'm being shown this, but I am being shown people getting vaccines or injections which only contain water or a saline solution. I don't know if this is a placebo experiment. I can't quite make out the reason for this, but I'm being shown that people are being injected with nothing but a saline solution, but they are unaware of this. They think they are getting something else. Prediction 13 that was coming through. There appears to be a ban on certain chemicals that have been used in the past to spray on crops to kill bugs and disease. Something starting with the letters TH will be banned. I feel there will be a new plant being erected purely for the reason to create studies on growing more organically and without needing to produce chemicals to spray. I see these huge dome-shaped plants, and they are everywhere in most states. Or prediction number 14. So many more jobs are being created. Positions that don't even exist today will be created. The reason they don't exist today is because the technology or job doesn't exist today. So many new areas opening up which are going to require people to work in those areas. A lot of people transferring from one job to another and feeling as though they are really contributing to society in their new role. 96% of current jobs will go through some kind of adjustment to be able to keep up with where the world is heading. Prediction 15 that came through. Someone who is known for playing the game of golf seems to put his money where his mouth is and goes viral with his exclamations. He has to prove what he is saying is correct, so he feels to put his own life at risk to prove this. With prediction 16 that came through, I see these new discs or plaques being installed into the walls of hospitals. It has an access point which you plug something into, and this is helping patients and nurses especially. I can see on a wall like a hologram of information being displayed. It's like you can plug this one thing in and it gives out all the reading information needed on a display on a wall. With prediction 17 that came through, I am hearing IBM being mentioned and this new creation. This feels to be an incredible technology that may only have been a dream in the past or a feeling it would take hundreds of years before we were at that point, but it's a lot closer. With prediction 18, there feels to be a battle or great divide in a certain religion. There is a truth revealed, and people of that faith being totally unprepared for this, and they will not believe it. It causes a great divide of what is truth, and these people feel very angry. Some are turning a blind eye, some are arguing with anger, some are turning away from their beliefs and feeling embarrassed. We need to be gentle with these people. Hold space for them. With prediction 19, there is changes with finances in some countries first and then other countries will follow. Australia feels to be around March that announcements are made as to how the economy will be in the future. I hear the word relief, a great relief for many, and not really understanding how this will work. There will be a lot of courses appearing online or tutorials on how to adjust to the new money system. It will be up to each individual to educate themselves. I see everyone with a card with a special number on it, unique to only them. The card is green and white. The FPOS system will be changing, so new cards can be swiped or used. I feel this will happen first within supermarkets. With prediction 20, there appears to be a lot more automation where you are dealing with machines rather than people on a face-to-face level. A lot more self-service in a lot of different areas. With prediction 21, I see toilets that clean themselves. Instead of just flushing, they actually clean the bowl. There is this automatic bowl that rolls around and cleans. I also feel people are going to be more responsible for doing their own cleaning. With prediction 22, things from the past which I don't feel will even be a thing in the future. They'll be non-existent, like credit cards. If you don't have the money, you save for something. Celebrities. The idea of paying someone to appear in public won't exist. Compound interest, continually charging interest on borrowed money, won't exist. Double dipping with taxation, taxing one item in 4 different ways, won't exist. Firearm bans in countries who still allow these. There feels to be more peace on earth and no need to own guns. With prediction 23 that came through, There feels to be restrictions on non-essential travel. If you are travelling just for a holiday, there feels to be time limits placed on your passport. Trying to do 4 separate trips for a holiday to a certain country in a period of 1 year feels as though it won't be allowed. This feels to be an arrangement for a certain period of time, and then it will be more relaxed in the future. With prediction 24, trends that take off with those who like to copy the masses. Plaited hair will be a trend. Pants with a different material from the knee down to the top half will be a trend. Fingernails which go into a point like a triangle shape. Speakers that clip on the top of the ear to hear sound rather than going inside the ear. Many more personal channels with people speaking their point of view. With prediction 25, I'm hearing Scotland being mentioned, and it feels as though something is going to happen in that country and people will call it a miracle. It's almost biblical, or something happening to leave people gobsmacked and believing they are witnessing a miracle. With prediction 26, the conscious mind of people is being returned to faith and hope and a deeper connection to the inner soul. The outside influence is quieter and more inner connection, a return to God and Source. Just a few of the huge amounts of changes that will happen in 2021. In a meditation, I was taken down a long hallway and taken into a room, and in this room there were huge books too heavy to lift, and I was allowed to read pages of these books, and that is where I saw these prophecies. It's like our future is already recorded in these pages. There are so many prophecies, and I only chose out a few for now.